Okay, welcome, most welcome back to my channel. Okay, I do the 13 zodiacs, not the 12. And it's been a little bit, it's been wild and crazy between the Schumann resonance, the 888 gate, the 999 gate. It has been intense. There's been a lot of shit going on, and I've been doing my best and doing my due diligence as a messenger to get messages across, but it has been a bit of a challenge to balance my everyday life with my reading life. And I want to get these done. So I'm going to do a couple today. Like I said, I do the 13 zodiacs. If you're not familiar with the 13 zodiacs, you can just look it up online. You could do your own research. Please use your discernment. I accept calm comments. And by calm, I mean something that's not aggressive or anything like that. I'll still respond to you, but be aware that if you were to send me a message or put a comment down below and it's aggressive, I will meet and match you with that, but with intelligence just as much as you are, because my collective is intelligent and they do use their discernment. So anybody that comes on my channel that doesn't have that sort of eloquence or the integrity, I will be able to pick that up right away. Okay, but you guys have been good so far, and I want to thank all my subscribers since the very beginning. We're doing really, really well, and I want to thank everybody that's donated, liked, shared. It does help the channel. There is an algorithm. It's real, and it does have an impact on my channel. So if you don't like, that's okay. But for some reason, it gives me the vibe of like this and this for the whole Roman Empire. And people will watch because I can see the charts of who watches and who doesn't. And they'll watch it and take and absorb the information, which is great. That's my intention. I want you to be knowledgeable about the stuff that we're going through. But then they won't like it, or they may not subscribe or something, and that's okay, but it does have an effect on my channel. So I have a few things that I want to talk about. There has been a lot of spell work. There's been a lot of things, people doing things like in a rush. And I've gotten this whole energy of it's almost like we got to do this now. If we don't do this, our ass is on the line. That's the kind of energy I'm picking up. And it's tradition in the sense that it's been passed down from generation to generation, but it's not healthy, because right now the collective is craving the healing. It's craving the evolution of our maturity emotionally, and it's craving change. And that's what's happening already. There's a lot of people stepping down from positions because they cannot keep up with the demands of the collective. And the collective is very intelligent, and they want healing, they want peace, because there's a need of balance, because it's been out of whack for so long, and people that have been hoarding the knowledge of the general collective and keeping them asleep or keeping them indoctrinated or keeping them like blind to the shit. It's been a little bit unbalanced. So now things are getting back into balance, and there's a lot of judgment being called. So like I said before on one of my previous videos, there's been like fire trucks, there's been ambulances, police, people leaving this world or this dimension, and there's a lot of things happening. Some are deserving, some are not so much. And by that, I mean there's some innocent being sacrificed, which I'm not okay with. And then there's some people getting their karma, and they need to restart their cycle. Or if you believe in incarnation, it's a form of denial because they weren't able to face and integrate their shadow. They weren't able to do that work for themselves to heal and take accountability for the things that they've done, and it's really hard, and I understand it's painful, and let me clean this. I'm not here to judge them for that. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to speak the truth and make sure the truth gets out so everybody can use their own discernment and make the judgment calls that they need to with the help of the divine. Okay? That being said, Sagittarius. Oh, there's that friggin' paper clip again. I want to say paper clip. It's actually a hair clip. I'm tired. I'm not gonna lie. I'm exhausted, but my body just keeps going. And it's like, Amanda, you need to rest at some point. I took a little bit of a rest there. I haven't been posting every day like I want to. Okay. For you guys, I love you so much. I care about you deeply. I want you to know that I understand that you're doing the work. Those watching my videos, I know you're trying. I know it's a little bit difficult. Take things one thing at a time. If you're going to do shadow work, don't try to compound all the traumas in at once. It's like if you're going to have a salt bath, acknowledge one trauma, go through it, go through the emotions, feel the emotions, release, let go, understand what you learned from that, and then transmute that negative energy into positive, and then move to the next one when you're ready. Give yourself some time to recuperate in between. Don't force it all at once, okay? We have time to do this. So we got the 7 of coins, hardworking, deliberate. This is intentional energy that I'm getting here. Somebody that's doing something for a cause, somebody that's doing something for, it could be acknowledgement. Not that that's what you want to strive for, but somebody that is doing something for recognition from another person. Maybe this is a group, maybe this is people you work with, or this is your own family. You want to do something for a good reason, which is good. I commend you for that. Then we have the sun out of your solar plexus energy. So this would be the courage. This would be the intuition that you get, and you utilize that and you do. Because it's I do. Almost like the whole vow, right? But it's a vow to self. This is your inner child speaking. And this is definitely root chakra. So purpose is really important right here. You do have your walls up, but I think they're with good intention, and everything on the inside of your wall, you want to keep your value, your worth, everything that is sustaining you right now. But just keep in mind too, sometimes walls block out things that we need to receive, and that includes messages. All right, that's what I'm getting from that too. And then we've got, what is that, 10? And then 1, 4, 10. So that'll be 19. 1 and 9 is 10. New beginnings. And then we've got the 9 of clubs in a reverse. So when the 9 of clubs is in the reverse, to me, that energy is giving me a lack of skepticism. So something may have come to light to you, and it is clarified shit. And when I say that, I mean it has literally showed you what you needed to see, given you the hard-ass facts, given you the proof, the acknowledgement of anything that you had maybe intuitively, and you're no longer worried. You may have your guard up right now, like I said, those walls, but you're no longer worried about certain things. You're kind of focused on the facts right now. That Jupiter energy for Sagittarius, that is really good. Now, I'm not familiar totally with the houses, but I know that is luck. So if you utilize the gifts that you have, if you put your mind to whatever it is that you're working for, if you're doing it with good intention, that vibrational frequency that you're sending out is positive. It keeps you in a positive, high vibrational frequency too when you do things with good intent, because it makes your inner child happy. It makes your higher self happy. It elevates your frequency. It elevates your signature. And therefore, there's no need for the skepticism, because you have the clarity to move forward in whatever things that you want to proceed in. Maybe you are a designer, or you like to design things. I'm seeing 9-9. This could be designing your own way of living. This could be your own reality, co-creating with the divine universe. What else we got here? Page of Swords. Somebody that used to speak with almost like a naive voice. I think this is a reflection. What this energy is giving me right now, it's a reflection, or this is somebody that you're dealing with that's a lot younger, and maybe you have an influence over them, or maybe you have an impact on them somehow, and they could be seeing this and want to step up and speak the truth too. Or this is just, if this is not you wanting to speak the truth based off of the things you've learned, this is somebody that you know, or somebody that you are around constantly, and this is somebody that's seeing what they need to see, whether that be the truth or whatever it is, and they're deciding to speak the truth. They may jump in to certain things, because it's funny, I'm seeing the red boots, and that is your root chakra, but it's almost lined with this golden color here, just as what he's wearing, or she, and it's almost lined with this yellow solar plexus energy. So kind of like take an initiative after whatever they've been given. They're going forward with what they see, and this could be what you taught them, or this could be what they're just seeing in their own reality. Can we get a little bit more for Sagittarius? Just behave yourself. Relief or relieve. Relieving, relieve, to remove or lessen anything that pains, to ease, to succor, to release from duty, to give variety to set off by contracts, to give the appearance of projection to. So this could be a position that you were currently in, and maybe now that things have come to light, or you're starting to stand in your own power, it's a bit of a weight lifted up off your shoulders, because there's a lot of drama or trauma that kind of binds us to our current selves here in this matrix. And when you get a relief of something, usually that's clarity. Usually that's information that comes to us, and we're like, okay, finally, I have a little bit more of the piece of the puzzle. I can move forward, or I can make better decisions. I can utilize that Jupiter energy moving forward. And to give variety to means you're open to opportunities as well. All right, to set off by contrast. So if something's really negative, maybe you're balancing it out with more positive. This could be a way of thinking too. That's also a pulse you're putting out to the divine universe. Keep that in mind. And what else did I pick up here? To remove or lessen. Now it's spelled L-E-S-S-E-N, but the thing about words is it's almost like spell work. So that could be a lesson that has been learned, which gives some relief too. Okay, let's see what I got for the handwritten cards. I know that it can be difficult, and it can be trying, and your patience could have worn thin, but we've gotten to a point so far with the collective that it is necessary to listen to your intuition and to take action. Leadership. Ask your inner child one question and answer honestly, okay? This goes hand in hand with what I was talking about your shadow work. So when you're going to do that, you don't want to take it all on at once. That's not fair. That's like, it's like working a 40-hour work week in one day. You want to take all that work on at once, or you want to kind of like separate it or segregate it a little bit more throughout the week. You got to, and of course they call it a week. That's the system we're in, the matrix. Ask your inner child one question, answer honestly. So when you are talking to your inner child, when you are recognizing and acknowledging things internally, when you are doing that, you want to be as honest as possible. I know the ego wants to come in, that's just for protection, but you want to be as honest as possible, because when you do that, you get more clarity. You get more tuned, you get more tapped into your gifts, and you can make better judgment calls. I'm going to put that over the solar plexus. And then we got this one. Use it wisely. And then on the reverse of that, it says talking to others for understanding rather than unloading shows true character of yourself. There's that integrity. Communication is key and can set you free. When you want to approach people that you haven't talked to in a long time, or when you want to talk to somebody, or acknowledge something, or you want, maybe, I don't even want to say confrontation, but when you want to approach somebody with something, you have to know that this is a moment in your life where it can open the doorway up to other opportunities. So when you are speaking to somebody with truth, even if it comes off to others as naive, or even if it's somebody that's watching you and doing as you do, it really does help heal the bloodline. It really does help heal any of the traumas. It helps heal that negative energy, which is not necessarily bad, but it is negative energy because it's unresolved. So it's like a trauma that has transpired previously and is coming back up, and now you're given the opportunity. You've learned so many things, you're really smart, and now what are you going to do with that information? Use it wisely, okay? That's the same with asking your inner child stuff too. When you're going to ask them certain questions, you answer honestly. What are you going to do with that information? You're going to be mad about it? You're going to hold a grudge? You're going to be spiteful? Or you're going to want to retaliate? Or you're going to understand? Be more compassionate. Have a better grasp on why other people do what they do. And then you get the 360 view. And then you start making... yeah, that would come with faith. Faith too. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in a higher existence, whatever it is, even if it's religious. And you have to trust in that. You have to trust in yourself, especially. Past energy. This is island time wellness. So what you want to focus on: stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, and shocking attack. This could be information that's come to light. This could be things, because a lot of things are being unveiled right now. So this could be past energy of heartbreak, or what you're currently going through. So if you get information that's heartbreaking, painful, or you're going through a separation, or somebody deceived you, or you have somebody attacking you right now, you're going to get the clarity, and what you do with that's important. You're responsible for you, nobody else. You're responsible for how you think, how you feel, what you say, how you act. To make that very clear. And when you break it down just to that, it takes a whole lot more burden off you, because you can't, you can indulge in pleasures, all right? But you can't, you can surrender too, but you can't, it's almost like you don't want to get to the point. You can't expect to control other people and what they do, how they look at you, how they feel about you, how they think about you. Who gives a fuck? That is their reflection that they need to learn from. And once you understand that, it doesn't bother you anymore. I think that may be very well what this Page of Swords is learning too. If this is not your energy, that could be somebody that is very close to you, maybe a child, or just somebody that idolizes you, looks up to you. Not enough. So frustrated in relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear, ego issues, and jealousy. You're going to be able to work through this. Don't worry about this, Sagittarius, okay? These are lessons to be learned. And it is very frustrating at the time when your ego kind of gets in the way, because it's trying to protect yourself. But what it's doing is also putting them walls up that I was talking about. And it's not allowing you to move forward with that understanding and the clarity. Confidence in yourself. You should be fucking confident. Once you love yourself, your confidence comes naturally. You're already working hard. So in order to have a purpose, in order to work hard at something and do it with due diligence, do it with good intention, and be happy about it, you have to have that confidence. So this could be past energy as well. Well, let's get some... oh, at the bottom. Love, unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, and attraction. Okay? So you're working on it. I don't blame you for feeling the way that you're feeling right now, because the energy that I'm getting is a little bit of confusion, but it's almost like deep down inside, you already know. You already know what you need to do. You already know what you need to say. You already know that you need to keep focused and work on what you're working on. You already know that you love your inner child and you need to acknowledge them. Man or woman. Past life oracle card for 4 cycles. Maybe it's been 4 cycles. It's weird how I said that. Yeah. Wars and battles. What do they say? Pick and choose what you put your energy into. Wars and battle. This is not something that you've gone through alone. This is something your ancestors have gone through too. Okay, so you're not alone in this. Even the ones that have passed on, their vessels aren't healer. You could be a healer. Even though they're not here, they're still accessible. So if you need help from loved ones, you can ask, but do it with good intention. All right? They love you very much. They want to be a part of this. Your past loved ones want to be a part of this. They want you to be able to attract what it is that you need to you. You may have to move or relocate, or maybe this is a form of redo. So that would be movement forward. They want you to acknowledge your star energy or the qualities that you have within you. That's that designing energy. Open a business if you need to. It doesn't matter whether or not you feel at this time that your business is going to succeed. You keep working towards it because you know deep down you have the integrity. You know what's going to work out for you. The right people will come along at the right time. Biblical. So this is historical. This is something that has happened again and again and again. A pattern. This is something or an energy of creating from your own hands, creating some form of physicality. So what do you need to do physically? That's what I'm being guided to say. What do you need to do physically with your hands to create a form of stability for yourself? And who do you need to ask for to assist you or ask for help to help you create these firm foundations? Can we get a bit more on that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Preference. So you get to pick and choose. Introduction to a discourse or a book. So that would be learning. Anything you can read up on too will help you. Prefacing or prefaced. These are things that your ancestors dealt with previously that you're currently going through or what you need to face before the next stage. All right. To introduce by preliminary remarks. So this is ahead of time. So what steps do you need to take to get yourself to the next level that you want to go to? Instead of focusing on the not enough energy, instead of focusing on that, focus on what you need to do next for you. I mean, if you have children, you can help them out too. You can guide them. That's fine. That's part of your journey too, because you learn through them and they're here to teach you as well, as long as you're not you cannot micromanage their lives, but you could do your best to teach them everything you know. That's the whole point of this journey, is to share information and to elevate and grow. Because it's come down to the wire. It's come down this far. What are we doing now? Not thinking we have enough is not this collective consciousness. Not in my group anyways. If you think you don't have enough, then clearly you don't understand at this very moment, but you will, that you are enough, meaning that since you're part of the universe is abundant. It has everything you could ever need and more. And that doesn't just mean monetary. Money is just an energy. So when I talk about this abundance, it's energy. And because it's within you, because you're a part of the universe, therefore you yourself are abundant. Hold them fucking hands out. What can I do with them hands? How can I receive? Hermit mode, going within. Clearly something that you are working on right now that I feel or I sense. If you need to sage your area or ask for your guardianship. Interesting. You could be dealing with kids. If you need to ask a guardian for help or something like that for protection, you can. If there's anything in the past that you need to deal with, 1 before 10, so this is 9, this completion, then it is up to you to do that shadow work that you're doing. 2 of coins, that balancing energy and making sure that you are putting the right things in the right spaces, or making amends with whatever situations in the past if you hadn't learned from them and you know better now. Or that is your victory. By creating balance and doing what's right, that's your victory. Okay? This is pretty good. It's pretty positive. I love the energy that I know it's chaotic. And it sounds weird for me to say this, but I love the energy. Could be something to do with the property and home. I love the energy that the collective has right now, because it's like exciting. It's unknown. To me, that's exciting. It is full of potential. It is like co-creating with the divine universe. And to me, that's exciting. And all this energy of truth coming out and speaking the truth, and people acknowledging shit for what it is, and people calling shit as they seize them. That just reminds me of something. Wisdom. Right? That's beautiful. Wisdom. You have the wisdom. So use that. Create from that something spectacular. Do good with it. There's so many people on the planet Earth, and they can do so much good. But some of them are hurting really, really bad. And they just don't know how to heal. Nobody taught them. And from my perspective, it's not so much like a judgment. Yeah, people are accountable for their actions. But it's more like, I have that empathy for people. You could be very empathetic too. And it's not a weakness. It's understanding that they're all learning at different times. You're learning at a different time than other people. It is the emotion. It's the water. It's that moon energy. It is your brain that holds all the memories put together. Whatever you have, utilize it. Use it for good. Okay? Work towards that goal. All right, we're going to get some runes. If you don't know what runes are and you're new to my channel, runes, the Elder Firthorc runes. These are the Viking runes. These were a way of communicating. These were a way of healing. Use them for good. You're not to use them on other people or against other people. That will be bad karma. So I'm going to select 4. Since I have time on here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read them off. Normally, I get you to do the research on your own. Save some time, because my readings are typically 33 minutes. Right? So I have to kind of crunch everything all into one. That's just the way that my phone works right now. So we got Ingwas. God Ingwas. Fertilization, actualization, beginning, balance, productivity, growth, common sense, family, home, relief, nature, frith, plenty, and faith. That's the letter N and G. Can also look like a diamond shape. It's the root chakra, your third eye chakra, and your heart chakra. And I'll show you right here. Right here. And then we've got Taiwas. God, Taiwas, victory, honor, courage, warrior, justice, battle, sacrifice, authority, analysis. Keep in mind, sacrifice doesn't have to be a person or a blood sacrifice. This is a sacrifice of something that no longer serves you, and giving it up to know that you're making room for something new to come in. Authority, analysis, rationality, leadership, duty. So letter T is the throat chakra. That's speaking, and your crown chakra. It almost looks like an arrow pointing up. It actually does look like a fucking arrow pointing up. And now every time I see arrows pointing up, I associate it with that. Athlon, inheritance, heritage, tradition, nobility, grief, property, home. There's that home I was talking about. Separation, group, order, experience, plenty, goddess, and legacy. So there is plenty, okay? The letter O and G, it's the third eye chakra, the root chakra, and the heart chakra. These are things that you need to work on, or things that you have already stepped into. That's this one here. Almost looks like the Jesus fish. And then we've got ASSES. This is the challenge that you're facing right now. Standstill or ice. fear, stasis, block, challenge, patience, reflect, rest, and test. That's letter I. It's heart chakra, root chakra, and sacral energy. So this may be what your blockage is. And it's funny because ICE can also stand for in case of emergency. So sometimes your ego will back the files up by kind of blocking everybody off to kind of protect yourself. However, if you put up that wall sometimes and you don't allow certain information to process within yourself, it's going to create blockages. And it literally looks just like an I or an L if you think about it. That would be left side brain. That's your logic. Remember to love you, please do.